Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Like Queen Lisa. It's Friday. We made it through Independence Day. I don't even know why we call it that anymore. We are not independent, but we can all live in the facade. So, cheers. Hope you grab something red to remember everyone deployed. Um, we are still in the war fighting for our freedoms, and maybe we'll get them one day. I don't know. Let's talk about it with Westwood right after this. So, give us a like, share the video. Happy Friday, Westwood. Did you have a great
Howdy.
4th of July?
Well, I had a great Dependence Day.
Dependence.
Yeah, because over 50% of the Americans are dependent on the government checks. So no, we had spaces last night. So I was up late doing that. You were in there, and we had some people hanging out, talking about everything.
All kinds of
I,
stuff. It was
yeah,
good.
did not go to any fireworks displays, anything like that.
No, I'm babysitting two of my many grand dogs. And the one is real nervous.
Oh
And
yeah,
so I gave her a Benadryl. Don't tell her parents. And then I was like,
got to
had
do
to
what you
sit
got to do.
inside and just like sit there and pet her and tell her everything's okay. It's okay, Gracie girl. And so it just, yeah. I
Play
mean,
some soft background music,
I
ocean
tried.
waves.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
had the music. Well, that's where I kept messing up. You guys were like,
That's funny.
"What is going?" Every time Lisa talks, there's like this tremendous background music. I was like, "I'm trying to keep the dogs calm because of all the fireworks in my neighborhood."
Oh my.
I'm sorry.
No, no, it's all good. I thought it was funny. I'm like, yeah, it's probably a pretty good idea. Calm them down a little bit,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Well, and just to have some other noise going on all the time so that
Yeah.
when the worst ones were
Oh yeah.
those,
I
like,
know.
really loud ones. Yeah, and then they were like,
We're freaking out the whole
I'm like,
time. Incoming.
yes, it was awful. Ugh, it was terrible. It was terrible, terrible.
Well,
Um,
for me, it was I had the dogs out here during spaces, and then I thought my wife or my daughter was shutting the garage door because
oh,
it's got that when it shuts, and then the dogs are, and then I
yeah.
realized, oh no, those are fireworks in the background going off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, quit shutting the door! No,
Quit slamming the door.
shut up!
Yeah, yes, all of that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some of our friends popping in. We
Oh,
have
good. Yeah, we're
Urian.
flexible on spaces, floating happy hour times.
Yes. Yeah, and we had some friends come over tonight, and so we kind of moved all this around, and we're just having to be really flexible
It's all good.
in a time of change
It's all
and
good.
flexibility. Um,
In the
Uncle
hood.
Cliff was posting some kind of interesting or strange. He's been really talking about, I think he's trying to soften the blow that will shall come on the 15th around ish. Um, and what was the most recent thing that he said that I saw? Um, some of the Freedom Fam sent it to me. And okay, well, I won't even get into all that. But it says like you are under attack. Given my data and the future forecasting group RV's data about this month, my postulate after seeing Dick's drawing of the nerve ganglia is that we will all be exposed to an enhanced image. So I don't know if you guys saw today, they were saying over Turkey, there was a meteorite coming in. And then I think the same time I was telling my husband about the meteorite over Turkey, he was like, "Oh, I just got a message saying like, can we adjust the planet or move the planet to get out of the way of something else incoming?" Um,
Every Friday on Twitter. Look at that. Your account has been locked. It's when we go live. I don't know what something's.
what?
Yes, they did it again. All right.
Your account gets locked on Friday on
Yeah.
Twitter?
Well, after we go live, usually I try to share the YouTube video of the show on
Mm.
X, and that's usually
Come
it
on,
doesn't go
Elon.
through.
What
and then
about
I
all
get
the
locked.
free speech?
Yeah.
Elon, the
Yeah. Come on,
protector
bro.
of free speech.
Bruh. Okay, there we go. Submit. And I have to do a little graphic thing, to prove I'm a human and all that stuff, and then it unlocks it. So I don't know.
It's annoying.
J-Mac in the house.
J-Mac in the house. I am wearing my Polly P provided Westwood Litecoin fam shirt. Thank you, Polly P, and happy birthday to you yesterday.
Might be some of those showing up at the Litecoin Summit. I don't know.
There should be. I got home though, and I must have promised to send some to people. I believe I'm supposed to send one to Charlie G, but I'm not 100% sure. So I need Polly to tell me who I'm supposed to send.
Who did I drunk promise sending shirts to?
I think I have two that I'm supposed to send to somebody. So Polly, I'll be texting you.
I have to show up here in Illinois and get it.
Yeah.
Come to Litecoin Summit.
Well, I won't be there, but we just have too much going on. But
no, there's I can bring some.
Yeah, you might have some.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Wait, where's my phone? J-Mac says.
Where's my phone? Exactly.
Don't worry, Westwood will call and threaten their life.
I know, right?
For taking your phone that you left behind.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Put the phone down.
Put the phone down. Immediately.
Yeah, leaving phones behind. Phones and chargers and all those things. Let's see if I can get back on the live feed here.
Is it letting you? Yeah, and then a bunch of people were out. There's a lot of, so last year, I think a lot of people or some people bought some gold and some silver from your dad. But then this year, it was mostly all silver. We bought a little, these really cool.
Silver and gold. Silver and gold.
These are copper, but they actually look kind of gold. Isn't that funny that because they're so high polished? These little presidential ones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Little graded presidential coins.
Presidential coins.
Coins.
I think they're kind of cool. I hadn't seen copper look that color before.
No.
But they look really different.
Right.
Anyway, it's always fun at Westwoods. If you guys can get out there to hang out with the fam.
Come to the meetups. Meetup.
Yeah, I thought they were cool, J-Mac. We had fun. X might block you because you're sharing competitors' video link. They want everyone to stay on X. Oh, because you're sharing the YouTube link instead of the X
link.
Right,
so they want to make it hard for me to.
So I do stream on X as well. And we could maybe set up your Twitter
to log in and stream on that channel.
Yeah, and then we could just stream directly on your Twitter.
Whatever.
Well,
yeah, all I was trying to do is I took the YouTube link, to your show, copied it, and I dropped it into a private chat. It wasn't even a public deal, and it blocked me.
Blocked.
Imagine that.
You're blocked. Hey, they blocked someone else today. Was it today or yesterday? That Pope. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Pope?
The Catholic Church called out, that one Pope that told America about the deep state and told them about how the Catholic Church is evil and all the stuff. They kicked him out for schism or something like this. Do you know about this?
Well, he's separated from the church. That's usually what a schism is. I mean, it's split from the church.
Where's my Telegram? If you go to the Telegram group, which is listed in the description of this video.
I can't keep up with everything.
Free. I'm not saying you. I'm saying the people.
Lord.
I'm watching. There's also a video of the meteorite that went over Turkey. There's lots of good stuff in there. But
I know.
It was today. Today, the Vatican finds Archbishop Vinago
Mighty.
Vigano. I don't know if I'm not saying his name right. I'm sure.
I see it now.
Guilty of schism, and has him excommunicated from the church by order of Pope Francis. So if you go into the whole story of it, it talks about, oh, wow. I pulled up, of course, the version not in English. That's not helpful at all.
Must be an Italian.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I like my properly displayed flag as well.
Archbishop Vigano, guilty of schism, excommunicated from the church by order of Pope Francis. Don't call him Francis.
Yep.
Francis.
Yeah. But he was the one that called out.
Yeah, I think I've seen him before talking about stuff. Vigano, that rings a bell. Vigano.
He's the one that did the video and told everybody about the deep state and what was happening within the Catholic Church and all of that. Do you guys not remember all that?
Sure, I don't know. Everything's so. And I got texts coming in. I gotta answer. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Hold on, I'll share this. Oh, here's a part that's in English on the bottom. Except I did not bring any glasses with me in here, so I'm going to have to blow this up. Because...
Blow it up. Got you. Blow it up.
Yes.
Blow it up.
On the 4th of July, 2024, the Congress of the of the Doctrine of Faith, oh, don't they sound official, met to conclude the extrajudicial penal process referred in the canon of 1720 against Most Reverend Carlo Maria Vigano. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. Accused of reserve derelict of schism. His public statements manifesting his refusal to recognize and submit to the Supreme Pontiff and his rejection of communion. So he refuses to acknowledge the Pontiff right now. You mean the one that when he turns around, he disappears?
Disappears in the window? Yeah.
In the window, yeah. And his rejection of communion.
Divine, sign of the divinity, I guess.
Oh, I'm sure. With the members of the church subject to him, and of the legitimacy and magisterial authority of the Second Vatican Council are well known. So, wait, I guess I should finish reading this. At the conclusion of the penal process, the Most Reverend Vigano was found guilty of the reserved derelict of schism. Declared whatever, something in Latin, in accordance with Canon 1364. Lifting of the censure in these cases is reserved to the apostolic, decision was communicated to the Most Reverend Vigano on the 5th of July.
There you go,
I'm getting better at it the more I
say it. Vigano is in there. Vigano.
Wow. So this was in Cliff High's data, talking about how it would break people's minds apart. But he talked about how aliens would be, I don't know if it was associated with aliens being made aware, or if that was just a time marker that we were learning about aliens. And then because of that, that was about the same time that people's minds were that the idea of, or the mind control of the church kind of the was being broken apart, and people were kind of having to refigure or rethink all of that.
Recalculating.
Reboot.
Recalculating our position here.
Wait.
Stand by.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little turbulence. Fasten your seatbelts, folks.
Yeah. Because God is separate from the church, or the universe, whatever you want.
Only through the church shall you be saved. You follow our rules or you're damned for eternity. And then they all say that. Well, they don't all say that. I'm sweeping generalization, man. Here, no, it's just that
Vajano's not saying that.
all right, he's done. He's out. He ain't going to heaven.
He is.
He done. You out. You done got excommunicated. Cut off from God. You're done. Be gone with you. Hit the barrens, the wastelands.
So also this week, breaking news, and IM4AM did a video with me on Monday about it, the Chevron difference being overturned.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
And that Greg was explaining on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was Wednesday you did.
WBRT, yeah, because of the holiday, we did it a day early. But he was explaining that a lot of projects could go ask for like a retrial because the SEC should have never had the power that they had.
Right, they should have. What about, where's that put Reggie?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? It's like, you guys just make stuff. I don't, you know, is it though, if they make you, I guess if they make you sign a deal, or if you sign
that's what I'm wondering, because he made an agreement
almost
with them.
Yeah.
I don't know if, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, clearly, but.
Or I'd be winning right now, but no, be winning a lot.
Yeah. But, so I don't know if.
That's probably why they want you to settle, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because then you're just voluntarily saying, yes, I agree that this happened. Let's make a deal. And so there's really no judgment or no justice. You know what I mean? It's almost like, no, I want a fair trial. I don't want to follow any of your rules. I'm not going to sign anything. So I guess we're going to court. Well, then you got to pay the money, and fight it.
Right. Because in a agreement, none of the allegations are ever proven to be true, but you also are not allowed to defend yourself.
Yeah, you gotta just agree to do whatever, whatever the agreement is. So it takes it out of the court aspect of it, I guess, and that, from that point. But yeah, they don't have any right to do any of this stuff. I mean, they just make up, they got their own judge, jury, executioner, these 3-letter agencies. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. And they'll just bankrupt you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see that being removed. And, and that it just needs to be defunded. Like they just go away. It didn't, I mean, I guess that ruling was really important. And did, but now I could also see more of Cliff High's data coming to fruition where like they're sitting there and they keep showing up for work and then like they stop getting paid and no one's telling them they don't have a job anymore and that their 3-letter agency isn't functioning. It doesn't have any power or authority. Right. And so they keep showing up for work thinking they're going to get a paycheck. And then they go home, they didn't get their paycheck. And they're like, screw that. I'm taking
Why am I doing this again? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, he had that in his data a long time ago that was going to happen. It was actually an audio version. I remember he was going over it and talking about it. I remember this was probably like 2014 or something, 10 years ago, where he saw that happening to where, you would have these agencies, they call each other and the people just aren't there. They're not answering the phone anymore.
They were also going to be taking the property. Like they were going to take their computers and their whatever, their office supplies in lieu of getting payment.
There you go. That's what will happen. They'll be like, okay, fine. You're not going to pay me. I'm going to take all this with me.
Right.
And then, hey, what's this going to bring on the black market? Hey, I got this laptop.
I don't know.
I'm going to leave it at this pawn shop. You just put the bag of money next to it, pick it up. No.
It's really interesting to watch all this kind of play out. So I did sign up for Sarah Huckabee's dad's kids guides for Canon and I to read through. Oh. And they've been really interesting. I was very disappointed in the one about 9/11. I have to tell you, Mr. Huckabee, I'm very, very disappointed in the one about 9/11, and I think you could have done a lot better. However, I've enjoyed many of these, and I think they do have great teaching points. They have great graphics, and we just got these today, and I think they're very timely. And they are The Kid's Guide to Money and A Kid's Guide to the Great Recession. How timely is this where we are right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
So Cannon and I will be working on these over the next week. We have a appointment at the hospital on Monday. I'm sure he wants to do homework at the hospital.
Absolutely.
I'm such a bad mom, but
just preparing you, because if you understand how money works, then you can see all, you just have a vision of why people do what they do and why things are done the way they're done. If you understand how the money works, opens up a lot. That's why a lot of people in crypto, it's helped them to learn about what money is, and then it unpacks and unwinds. Oh, okay, so all these wars. Oh, so tax. Okay, right. Interesting. I guess it didn't work the way they told us. America.
Speaking of crypto, and more gifts from Paulie P. He bought everyone a Lambo at Westwoods.
I know. I got a beetle over here. Bug. Let me get the Lambo.
Oh yeah. I got a white one to replace my Audi that I sold. But crypto went in the ditch, and so. But if you look at it, it is so manipulated because. Oh, you got a yellow one.
Well, I got a whole parking lot full over here.
Oh, you have a parking lot full.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. The door's open. That's kind of cool, right?
That's awesome. Yeah, they're very nice. It was really sweet. Paulie always.
I know. He put a lot of thought into it. Stopped at all these different places, trying to find different kinds and styles. And
yeah, Charlie got a pink one. It's very cute. But so then Charlie and I, we were talking about the crypto dump and all this. It just happened, of course, over the holiday when the banks aren't open. All this
nobody's
kind
of paying attention.
Yeah, nobody's paying attention. You look at who's moving, who's making moves, what's happening. Of course, it tanks. And then the government moved a shit ton of Bitcoin off of Mt. Gox. And so you look at what's happening and where it's coming from. Yeah. It's so obvious what's happening, what's coming next. They know what's coming next.
They know it's going to explode.
It's going to explode.
I mean, absolutely explode. So they're going to tap all the resources they can, knock it down, get the best deal on it. Because you want the best deal, right? You go to a car dealer, you get a Lambo. You want to get the best deal you can. You want to feel good. Oh, yeah, I'll knock this off the price. Oh, okay, I feel better now. You want a deal. So they want a deal.
Four mounts for you. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll throw in that. What's the one? Well, we'll Simonize it for free, whatever. Anyway, yeah, no, but they want a good deal. I mean, they're just that's what matters to them. They want just to squeeze as much as they can, as hard as they can, bleed every drop of energy out of it to get the biggest bang for their buck, and then it's going to explode. That's just going to go absolutely crazy. I mean,
yeah, I mean, who knows? If you think about it, if it tanked at 52 or whatever it was,
Litecoin went down to like 57 or something.
Did it? Okay.
Bitcoin went to 50.
And Bitcoin was 50 something.
55 maybe.
If they double by the end of the year,
they get to 100, which everybody expected to go to 100 this year. So boom, you double it, and you double your money, and
yeah,
I know. Then they dump it back to like 75 and then pick it up again. And then it goes to 150 next year. You know what I mean? It's just get people to let go of it. Why would you let go? This was the mentality, but this is how it works. Mm-hmm. Why would you be selling it when it's dumping? I mean, I'm like, I'm buying, whatever I can scrape together, I'm going to buy some Litecoin. That's what I did.
With no plan and no impulse control and no vision for the future.
Right. It's over. It's going to zero again.
Right.
All right.
This makes no sense to me.
I can talk about my Litecoin experience yesterday.
Yeah, please let us know.
All right. So it was live on Hash It Out. I'm just like, I was watching it all day and I knew it was going to go lower. I was thinking 62 is probably the bottom, and it ended up going like 57 something.
Yeah.
On a quick wick down there. But so it was like $67.30. I bought some on Hash It Out. I'm like, I'm good with that. I'm pretty good with it because I knew here's what was happening. I was watching it all day. And I was looking at PayPal in this instance. I bought from Coinbase, PayPal, different places before, but I was looking at PayPal. Seemed to be the easiest lately for me to buy it. So it had the best rate. So I was watching it all day, and Then all of a sudden during hash it out, I'm like, you hit buy and then you say, okay, I'm going to use my debit card and then you see what the price is going to be. I did that all day long just to kind of watch it. Well, I did it on hash it out and it's like, oh, it's not coming up. It's not giving me the option to buy now. And I'm thinking, here we go. We're getting close. And that's what we talk about. We're getting close to where they're going to kind of play shenanigans and lock things up. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to buy it. Just do it now. I got in, bought it. Then I tried to withdraw it. And I've never had a problem before. Well, I can't say I never, because last year at this time, I bought some on a dip. And trying to withdraw it, I had to, it was like 1.5 was the most I could take off at a time. So you buy 5. You couldn't take 5 off. 5 Litecoin. It's not a lot, for the price. Yeah. So it was like 1.5. I was going, okay, how about 2? No. 1.5. Yes. All right, 1.5. So I got 3.5 transactions, 4 transactions to get 5 Litecoin off. All right. So last night I buy it, try to take it off. Oh, something went wrong. And I showed it, all night. Something went wrong. I tried 1 Litecoin, half a Litecoin. Couldn't withdraw any of it. And I'm like, what the frick? So I'll make sure the app's updated, all this stuff. It's not the issue. This morning I wake up and I try it again, and same thing, something went wrong. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put 1 Litecoin in there and just see what happens. Okay, it went through. And I'm like, all right. And so then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to send 3 Litecoin out. No, wouldn't do it. So I was finding that sweet spot again. They're only letting me do it I bought 10 Litecoin. All right, so I made multiple transactions.
Transaction money?
No, I don't think so. No, because they don't charge you to withdraw it. They just charge you the Litecoin network fee. So it's not that. It's just they were throttling it down so bad. So let's say you went and bought 100 Litecoin.
They just literally didn't have the coin.
It takes like 50 transactions to get it off of there because you're like 2 each time. So I'm going like this. Okay, boom. Send the code to the freaking phone. It's just a pain in the butt.
Wow.
And you're just like doing little transactions to transact, and that's how they would make you do it. I mean, you couldn't just say, hey, send 5 Litecoin. Nope. Wouldn't let me do it. So I finally got it all out of there. All 10. But I shouldn't have bought anyway, but I couldn't help myself.
Hey, if you've got dirty fiat, change it into hard assets.
That's where I looked at it. I'm like, I can make this happen. At that price, in the big picture, I mean, come on. Yeah. Anything under $70. Anything under 60, because right now it's like 62 or something. That's just ridiculously cheap.
I think we even bought some Litecoin. I mean, it was stupid expensive.
Right. Well, we've all done it.
Over $100. Let's just leave it at that. I don't know what it was.
Right.
And
3 digits.
And Mom was like, you will never, when Litecoin is 400 again, let's just say.
Right. I think that'll be the new level.
Yeah. You will never regret buying it at over $100 or whatever. Like you're never going to see whatever it is today. Once we see revaluation or however you want to call it, you will never be able to touch it for these prices today that you're going, oh, well, I wish it would drop down to 40 something.
Oh, I wish I would have saved $4 or $5 a Litecoin,
You're not going to have an opportunity.
It's like $50. Big deal.
Yeah.
$50. Okay. I would have been great to get it really cheap, but it's $50 in the big picture. When it goes to 75, you're like, who cares? I'm way up.
Yeah. When Sarah Huckabee's dad is warning children about the Great Recession, you better be looking to get your value out of the
U.S. Put it somewhere that you can control it. And that was my big thing. I want to be able to take possession of it. So immediately I'm just like, try to get it off that exchange real quick, get it out of there. And it took a long time. I mean, more than it should have, but I got it all, have it in my own wallet. I'm done. I'm good. I'm happy.
No, it's crazy. They're arresting people now in, Nairobi, Zimbabwe, somewhere. If you get caught using US dollars, you will be arrested, jailed for using US dollar. You think they don't hate the US dollar and what the Fed has done?
Right. Completely destroyed.
And destroyed other countries' value and wealth and all of that. Saudi Arabia didn't sign up again for the petrodollar.
Weapon of economic mass destruction, U.S. Federal Reserve note.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where I think we too will be able to opt out of that corruption and that system when the states decide to use their state treasury with the gold and silver backed state currencies. But we're going to have to choose it.
Somebody was saying in the chat, silver closed at like 31.50 or something.
Yeah. Vix did a video about it yesterday.
Okay.
On his birthday.
On his birthday.
Yeah. Or maybe it was the day before. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
It's all kind of a blur.
Confused.
Did you see that some of the Q postings, they're talking about Christmas in July again?
31.25. Okay. No, really.
That's starting
July.
Back around again. And I guess there's some Islamic holiday. Their New Year is on the 7th of July.
Well, you got Tom Fitton, the Judicial Watch, isn't that who he's with, saying that Biden's going to resign on the 8th? We'll see.
So our 8th is...
It's what is it? Today's what? 5, 6, 7, Monday.
Okay, wait. If I do this right. Sometimes I get it backwards. Because when today is tomorrow in like Australia.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The international date line or whatever it is.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think. Oh, but our today would be like the 9th. So if he retires or withdraws or whatever the heck, quits on the 8th, it would be the 9th in that other part of the world.
I don't know if it would be yet. There's a time frame there to where it, I don't know. Somebody from Asia would know. And
so I wonder if there's some like crossover calendar thing there where it's actually like a
possibly. Well, I mean, there's no way. I mean, it's pretty obvious that they've all it's scripted that they've turned on him. I mean, so now it's what's the exit strategy? How are they going to play it out? Because there's no way he is going to run. I mean, there's no way he's going to be there on election day if we have an election. I mean, I just don't see it at this point. I don't know how, because they're all publicly turning on him. So what are they going to do? It's like he retires, resigns, whatever. Kamala becomes president, and then who gets appointed at that point? Well, listen, here's an interesting one. Say that she doesn't pick a vice president right away. She gets, Congress investigates whatever and does, all the things, the anchor baby thing, and she gets ousted. Well, there's nobody second in line.
She's not eligible
for the House at that point. Mike Johnson would be president.
Right.
So that'd be an interesting.
I think that is what's going to happen.
Good.
And that could help, ride out up until the
riding the storm out.
Yeah. That would be interesting. That would really show who Johnson is, because he's been on he's done some questionable things.
There's questions. It's like, why is he doing this? I mean, but then, he was a big defender of Trump and MAGA supporter. And I mean, and so you think, okay, how the script's getting flipped here and there, and you just never know,
It would be very telling if that ends up happening, because Kamala is an anchor baby, so she's not eligible to be president. So if Biden steps down and she
assumes authority,
and then that creates constitutional crisis on the Dem side, then they will investigate and they'll bring that to a head, and then the Supreme Court will make a decision, hopefully pretty quickly. But all this has to happen like pretty quickly.
Like right away. Well, I think it would, because it would be such a bang, bang moment, because bang, bang, Kamala president, bang, bang, horizontal Harris. I'm trying to think constitutionally, and I don't know this, I'm ignorant, I can't remember, because I'm thinking with Nixon and, appointing Ford. So if she became president and wanted to appoint a vice president, does Congress have to approve that? I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember constitutionally what
would they have to approve it?
Yeah, do they, like a cabinet member, or something, do they have to approve that person as vice president? I don't remember how that works. or if it's just, hey, this is my vice president, we're done here.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, so that would be an interesting thing, because if Congress did have to approve it, then sorry, we're going to drag this out, and now you're under investigation.
Well, she'd probably just bring in Gruesome.
Gruesome Newsom.
Because then that would be Pelosi's padding.
Oh, yeah, you'd have the California.
Yeah.
And DC.
Mm-hmm.
California.
Yeah, it'd be the marriage of double evil sauce, you know. But
yes, the triumvirate, the dark axis of evil.
See, I am thinking.
What's he thinking?
Mike Johnson Prez equals CIA Prez.
It could be. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know, but if that ends up happening, I think it would be once again, they're just bringing all this out into the light. They're bringing forward, and exposing it, and that's causing we the people a lot of pain, but it's also causing them to open their eyes, and they can't not look at it. You know,
right? It's in your face now.
Yeah,
when
the debate happened, I don't even want to call it a debate, but that thing happened.
I don't know what you'd call it. I got to come up with a good word, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go ahead.
The stumble in happened. They couldn't deny what happened that night. Yes, and
no, they can't. Everybody's still talking about it. You know, everybody that's not even. I mean, comedians I see, they're just like making fun of the whole thing. It's just terrible.
So you can't deny that happened. You can't deny the performance that went on. And what happened before and after. So I don't know. It's very interesting to me.
Had to happen. And so now everybody can see it. And there are people who just refuse to see it. And they're just completely, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know. They've got filters on. Maybe it's the mRNA stuff. I don't know what's happened, but they just.
Cognitive dissonance.
Absolutely cognitive dissonance. I mean, just. Yeah. Wow.
It was literally cognitive dissonance. Like that is a strong thing. And I mean, I remember, and I've had several moments of that as I've continued to wake up, you know, and we're going through like, so, you know, I homeschool and we have this little song that's a timeline and it goes back from like medieval times all the way up to now. And there's 2 different points in the song where they're like the first Great Awakening and then they did the second Great Awakening. And I really need to go through the song and then I do it out of off memory, but I haven't really paid attention to what was happening right before and after. I need to go back through the song and think about what was happening before and after, because if we are going through the third Great Awakening, what happened before on the other 2 and what's happened after? And so where are we now? You know, are we in a Great Awakening, which I believe we are.
Put a big tent up out in the yard and it's going to be a nighttime revival.
That's right. And what are we about to experience? You know, how big will this leap be? And are the leaps exponential? With each awakening, are they exponential? Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I would think so.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. Kind of exciting.
Yes.
Kind of exciting.
Project Bluebeam will have giant creatures, dragons flying down from the sky and, you know, invading cities.
That's when Cliff says your ganglia and something's going to be presented to us or something like that. I can't remember his exact words, but like it doesn't mean it's there, but we're going to experience something being presented to us and it's going to mess with our ganglia. And so we're going to have a physical, emotional response to what we're seeing or experiencing that's being presented to us.
Yeah. I don't know. I've kind of gotten to the point where when I walk the dogs out in the yard, I don't even see anybody. I just walk by and go like this. You know, I mean, I'm kind of training myself for whatever.
You're already
I do that though. I do. I'm just like, you know. Because you never know who's out there watching, you know, and just like, just letting you know, I don't care. F you.
I know you're watching me.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
Like Signs, things coming out of the freaking corn, Mel Gibson movie. F you, alien.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, and if they've always been here, like, is it so scary because they've always been here and we've lived this long with them?
I just don't go into national parks. I'll just stay here, but and hopefully they'll leave me alone. And if they don't, I'll have a bunch of glasses of water and beer all over the place, and I'll swing away like Meryl, knock them with water because the water got to them anyway.
What is that about?
It's a movie, Signs. It's a really good movie. No coincidences. It's a really good movie. Off on the Signs tangent.
Signs. There was really some great news this week. There were more than 200 children rescued from human trafficking, sex trafficking all over. I know they took at least 43 out of New York from some underground places and arrested a bunch of people. So that was pretty exciting. It's interesting because it's like they have been doing this it wasn't like just a one big sweep and save all the children. It's been in stages. So.
Oh, Lord Almighty.
His ganglia.
My.
Keep your ganglia to yourself.
Yes, ganglia. I had a ganglion cyst that was removed from my wrist. I still got a scar. It's like half of the swastika the way you cut it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like all balled up and pressure. It's probably from lifting.
Oh.
I mean, when you're squatting, you got a lot of weight like back here on the.
You make me pass out.
And then it. So anyway, it hurt. I couldn't put my wrist back. There was like a ball right there, and it was like like those little rubber bouncy balls is what it felt like in there.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah. So anyway, had that removed when I was young. Got rid of that ganglion cyst. Just cut it out.
Okay.
All right, we're not talking about that anymore. So, when engaged by someone who is experiencing cognitive dissonance, what do? Do you stay there and argue with them in public? Do you continually push back and try to change their mind? Or do you just walk away and say, have a nice day? I'm moving on because next,
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to happen because we talked about it before the show, Cliff, with people are going to have this psychosis. There's going to be something wrong with them. They're not going to be able to process and compute all these things. And they're going to kind of break down and have mental snaps, I think.
And then they turn the
anger get out of the way, I think.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Because they turn the anger on you when it doesn't make sense to them.
Well, they lash out at you.
Violate their reality, then all of a sudden you are the bad guy. And Sean talked about this the other night. He said he was talking with his stepdad and he goes, I wasn't even arguing with him. And he just kept saying like, I'm not going to keep arguing with you about this, whatever. And he's like, and this and that. And Sean's like, I didn't even bring anything up, but this was just wanting to be mad at him. And I had this happen with family members. Like I'm just literally on the back porch with my siblings and one of them goes, and Trump's not ever coming back in, and screams at me and goes in the house, and I'm like, I never said I didn't say a thing. Like,
how long you been holding that in?
Yeah, I mean, so everyone's having like their own internal struggle, and I don't know.
That's why I'm practicing. I go out in the yard and I just
keep walking.
Then walk away. I mean, your best. I use the analogy, the example of war games. If you've ever watched War Games with Matthew Broderick, they play the war games. It's global thermonuclear war simulation, missiles from Russia, or Soviet Union at the time, USSR, and America, and they game it all out. And you both lose every time. Every time you both blow each other up. And then at the end of it, the lesson is the only way to win is to not play the game. And so sometimes you just don't play the game. You can be right but it ain't worth the blood pressure spiking. It ain't worth the heart rate going up. It's not worth the health effects and just the anger and, you know, frustration. So sometimes it's better just to say, not engaging. I'm out. I'm out. I don't need this. You know, not wrestling with the pig. Pig likes it. You both get dirty.
That's right.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. I mean, it's great to have, I think it's important for all of us to have our voice and opinion and for us to keep fighting the fight, but to choose to engage with somebody who's,
you know, when people are crazy, you know,
screaming and like, that's their fight and their battle. You can go talk to people and have a conversation.
Willing to listen and have a discussion calmly.
Walk up to the idiot screaming in the street. Yeah. That's not going to be helpful.
No.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. That's just my opinion. I mean, you're right though. You know, there's a time to have the conversation. There's a time to have the get passionate about certain things, but when it's falling on not even deaf ears, when it's falling on, I don't even know. I mean, just there's a certain segment that's just not there. And, you know, when you realize that, because you've been around crazy people before, you know, when you meet them, you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't be hanging around this person. This person's not all there. I mean, you're better off just to kind of disassociate. It's not going to end well. You're not going to win that argument.
It's not going to end well because that's where like all these rulings and all this stuff changing and people have been getting riled up and thinking they're right. And you're like, you're just the quiet guy in the back of the room waiting. Just waiting.
Yeah, pretty much. Just watching it all unfold. I'm not getting involved in this until I have to.
Because here's another ruling. Judge suggests Trump felony sentencing may no longer be necessary.
I love how it all unwinds. Just
after SCOTUS immunity ruling.
He's a Nazi! He's Hitler 2.0!
These people are so insane.
Oh my gosh. Like, really?
Yeah.
He's driving around golfing, looks happy golfing, you know, and then, you know, I got to go back to DC. Great, you know, do this crap again.
Yep.
Yeah, he looks like he really wants to take over.
Yeah. Yeah. He's busy plotting and planning to take over.
Oh, yeah, it's on the golf course. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. We'll see what happens. Should be entertaining. Don't let your brain snap, though. Don't go freaking nuts over this stuff. I mean, it's just walk out in the yard and flip off the corn.
That's right. So Mr. X keeps trying to talk to you, but I told him you can't really read it.
All right, let me
check
the chat and see what's happening.
Okay, so you're gonna have to scroll way back up because I was like, Clint can't read it because you're on your phone.
Christmas in July. Swing away, Meryl.
Go way back up and read Mr. X's comments.
How far do we go here?
I don't know.
What you drinking, Westwood? Well, I finished that was Polly. I finished a tropical beer hug, 9.9% alcohol in a beer.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it is. It's an IPA. He wouldn't like it. Ugh. And then I've got Bright Sunshine Haze, another IPA. Mm-hmm. All messed up tonight. Let's see. Let's go back. So that's what I'm drinking. Had to run the co-op. Mr. X. I want a shirt. You coming to the Litecoin Summit, Mr. X? I don't know. What am I missing?
I don't know. He said that I kept clicking
Clint
it.
Didn't look again, Lisa. Clint can't read it. Okay. Yeah.
So before that.
All my posts were related to Clinton every time he was not looking when Lisa posted it. Oh, when you were like putting it on the screen? Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I know. I can't.
Here's the
problem. I'm 51 and a half, And I got the screen over here that I can't read. I can see the video. And so I pick up the freaking iPad so I can look at it. I can't see it on here because I got my glasses off. And I'm like,
well, and it's just the phone. It's not even a
right,
computer in
no,
front
I
of
got a
you.
little phone here that's like this. And so I missed this stuff. So I apologize. I mean, you know, I need to catch up with it, but I don't
He's
see
asking
everything.
about the gold back dinar and
I don't know anything about that.
July, Christmas in July for the dinar, I believe is what he's asking. I know nothing about the dinar.
I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I can't really speak to it.
And he says he loves you.
I don't know enough. Well, I love you too.
That's very nice.
It's all good. How about a tropical bear hug? Tropical beer hug right there, Mr. X.
I'm just talking to you. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I miss. I've forgotten more than I've ever learned. Let's just start at that.
There we go. Same.
Smoking cigars and hanging out in a bar, talking to my lovely Litecoin Lisa.
Having a great happy hour with the fam in the chat.
Yeah, enjoying it.
It's
Glad that there's a place where everybody can hang out and chat.
Eat the bugs.
Eat the bugs. Eat the bugs.
Meat choice.
Didn't he get in trouble, Klaus Schwab, about some affair stuff or some kind of weird stuff he was doing here lately?
Who's having an affair with Klaus Schwab?
I don't know, some dude. I don't know.
Yeah, most likely. Gross.
I think back to that, you know, that thong picture. And I don't know if it's him. Looks like him on the beach where he's got the. You ever see that one?
I've seen it.
Yeah.
So
like,
before I was even into crypto or mom had
what is that?
orange pillish or whatever, I saw that picture. Somebody had put it on social media and I was like, what is that old man with light blue banana hammock?
You remember the color.
It's horrifying. I'll never get that out of my brain. It's horrifying. I may have it, but I don't want to show any kind of that.
Go search it up.
It's horrifying. He has a top hat on and a light blue, and he has a veil, I think, either on the front or the back.
Yeah, it's so effed up.
And he has a little light blue satin banana hammock on, and he's naked in all his old man body mess.
Yeah, it's all hanging out.
It is disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, these are the people that are setting economic policy. These are legit individuals.
Well, and otherwise he dresses like he's on a Star Trek episode, like him and Hillary have the same tailors.
Like freaking Dr. Evil.
Yes.
Austin Powers.
Yeah.
I need $1 trillion. How about 1 quadrillion? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, did anyone not think it was strange that Hillary kept wearing those Chinese collar
Tommy suits
on all of her clothing?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like they put it right out in front of you.
Yeah. No one thought that was strange that she was wearing.
People voted for that.
Stuff like that.
Hey, Kamala and Hillary, 2024.
I don't think Hillary would submit to Kamala.
Oh, I don't think so either. No.
I do think that they would try to run that.
Right away.
If they did that, it would be the good guys throwing that narrative out to then expose
just to
Hillary.
Make it,
and because now that immunity thing passed, so it says that you have immunity doing official acts of whatever.
Government,
Yeah.
Executive acts.
Not all the shit Hillary was doing, which was not official. The stuff that she was doing, that she was hijacking her office, that was unofficial business, that was putting, money into Chelsea's wedding fund.
And and was it the Ghislaine Maxwell at that wedding?
Yes.
Oh,
she was.
Mm-hmm. Birds of a feather flock together.
Mm-hmm. And apparently eat children, but
Good times, baby. Good times.
The diamonds. We're getting our diamonds back. I saw there's a guy that I follow on his name's Pete.
Mr. Pete.
And he's Polish. And he, I thought he was near you, but he's actually up in near Chicago.
Yeah, there's a lot of Poles in Chicago.
Really?
That's why we have Kazimierz Pulaski Day. It's a holiday in Illinois. A lot of Polish influence in Chicago.
That.
Yeah.
Well, I need to accept that it's very scary up there, apparently.
No,
I
thank
need
you.
to go there sometime. But so Pete, he's called Craigslist Hunter or something like that. He has a YouTube channel, and he's always dropping comms all the time.
I'm just throwing them out there.
And he had a really old Bugs Bunny on, and that's in 107.
Wrong turn at Albuquerque. Anyway,
the Jennifer Mack Perfect Day movie.
Yeah.
There's a Bugs Bunny thing, and it's something about the guy that did the voice or something in his tomb.
Mel Blanc?
Yes, Mel Blanc. And something about his tombstone and all this. And then, I found this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Bugs Bunny.
The Bugs Bunny comic.
Yeah.
I've got 2 of them now that I've found over time. And one of the stories in here talks about how they're traveling and whatever and going hunting, and then they stole the native peoples, and then they turned them into diamonds or got diamonds or whatever. I still think that story is going to come out. And he says we're getting the diamonds back.
Getting the diamonds back.
Getting the diamonds back.
Hey, maybe.
I'm just saying. I think it's a thing.
It could be. Hang on, let me.
What's the odds of that, though?
No coincidences. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
You heard me?
Yep.
I said I wasn't going to do spaces tonight in my mind because last night was ridiculous. I shouldn't have done it on a Thursday night. Worn out, beat up, tore up.
But
now that I'm drinking again, I'm like, maybe I will.
I was up late and my little sister called me and we ended up talking. And I was like, hey, jump on Spaces. She's like, I'm not hanging out with your internet friends.
Who said that?
My little sister.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you might like it.
I know. I told her she should come.
She might get addicted to it.
I wish I could bring her to like Coin Summit and she could meet everybody. And
that's what it's good for. Those kind of things, because they're just like overwhelmed and overstimulated. Like, holy cow! Wow, all these people.
She would hate that, but
well, I do too. But I feel the love. I feel like like I'm president. I got all these people around. I love it.
Oh gosh.
Just all hanging in a big group. I said last night we need to make a video. I don't even know what I was talking about. I need to make some kind of video when we're at Litecoin Summit, some kind of gangsta looking thing.
That would be fun.
All hanging out.
Yeah.
That
would be fun. All the boys.
We got to have a cameraman though, or camera person. That's the problem. We never have that camera person.
Nana is a great camera person.
Get Nana on the phone. Where's the red phone?
She's always the camera person. Like we always.
I know,
have
I'm horrible about it
when Nana's around.
I don't even know if I took one picture. Well, I took one picture and posted it over the meetup.
Mitch took a lot of great pictures.
Did he? Paulie did too.
And Paulie did.
Paulie's always getting me.
Charlie
got some good video.
Some good video. Paulie and others.
Man's got to know his limitations.
Yeah, it was good.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good.
You know what?
What?
There should be no drunk shaming at the Westwood Bar. I think that should be a rule.
I agree.
Everybody should be able to tear loose and be relaxed and feel comfortable and all that.
I agree.
As long as you don't leave.
Excuse me.
Drive.
Oh, beer makes me belch. That's a problem. That's why I usually don't drink beer, because it's just like, I feel so full and it's just so heavy, and then you got to go to the restroom because you're all tanked up, and it's just so much easier to get that shot. I mean, just that.
Sip.
Yeah,
Speaking of birthday people, happy birthday, Kat. Also,
yes, Kat.
Another birthday person.
Wicks beer. Paulie P.
Kat, Paulie P. All 4th of July birthdays.
crazy. I can't believe 3 people we know.
Mm-hmm.
4th of July. Born on the 4th of July.
That's right.
And they're all Scientologists.
Do we have anything else? Do we have any other news, information? I think that's kind of it. Like, I think we kind of covered all the bases.
I don't know. You know, if I look at it, when you're looking at crypto right now, don't get discouraged. Look at it from the standpoint of, I just posted something, or somebody posted it. I think it was Chappie LTC. I threw it in one of the chats, to where if you look at the trend line of Litecoin, there's a bottom, you know, all the way up, and 58.9 was kind of the bottom. So we've hit that bottom of the trend line, long-term, years trend line. And it's always held. So, I mean, you're looking at bottom prices right now in Litecoin. And it's just, I mean, just me. If I got a little capital, little dirty fiat, I'm just like, looking pretty tasty. Just saying. So make sure you can get it off the exchange. That's a struggle.
Well,
but anyway,
you did the right thing.
Keep plugging away. That's all you can do. Keep plugging away. There's going to be a need for things that you can transact peer-to-peer, gold, silver, copper, even crypto that works. It's been around for a long time, not some made-up stuff. You know, you got to look at these blockchains. You got to think Litecoin's going to be running in October 13 years. 13 years straight. Man, that's crazy. 13 years uninterrupted, never stopped. So that's pretty.
Yeah, I was pretty happy when the boys on Wednesday, usually Thursday, they were saying, we were talking about like what were the best. Yeah, I think, well, of course it was an IM question, but he said, you know, what were the best use cases, or God, there's a plane like dive bombing our house. And the boys were like, you know, they're like, Lisa, what do you think? And I was like, well, Bitcoin. I don't know if we said Theta or not, but we said, oh my gosh, this crazy guy. But Bitcoin, Litecoin. Oh, and the boys brought up, they're like, and of course, Litecoin, Lisa. And I was like, oh, thank you guys for being supportive of that. Yes. And it's really exciting hearing other people like learn about Litecoin and all the use case around it, like the privacy.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a big announcement at the summit. I think they're going to roll out the mobile wallet for MWeb.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's a huge game changer.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
I think that is, I mean, I think for like the normie, I say the normies, these guys are brilliant, and like, but to hear them where they have been, like, they've been big Monero guys, and not that they're not still big Monero guys, but to hear them start like lifting up Litecoin, where I feel like we've been screaming Litecoin for so long,
but it doesn't get the hype, you know, and
it doesn't. But to hear like hardcore, like these are
people that understand the crypto and blockchain.
They understand the technology.
Yeah.
Yes, of it all. And for them to say, hey, Lisa, say Litecoin, you know? And I was like, wow, okay, you guys are understanding. And so Dragon Chain confirms through multiple blockchains all their transactions, and Litecoin's one of them. That's my understanding. So it's really cool to see that kind of stuff actually happening, the use cases happening. And I think when the dust settles, it will be the blockchains that have the use case.
Yeah.
The OGs that understand the technology are like, no, this is the stuff we're building on. This is the stuff that's actually being used. And that's what will go forward.
Well, you think about it. I mean, okay, you can build things on Solana. The technology's there for it, because there's been a lot of money and a lot of development put into it. However, it's had issues. I mean, that blockchain has stopped multiple times and just not run. That has not happened with something like Litecoin. And if you're going to put something, well, think about it. You know, if you're a big corporation and you want to store data on it in an ordinal, or write something on a blockchain that is going to be around for a long time and preserve that record or preserve that information, are you going to do it on some big, you know, a new startup? I don't care how much money's behind it. I don't care what the market cap is and the price of it is. You want utility. You want something that's going to be working, and you're confident it's going to be working for a long time into the future. I mean, I'm betting on Litecoin. Yeah, Bitcoin, but I mean, for the price of transactions and more space, and it's it's a no-brainer to me. It is just a sleeping giant, and that's why I talk about it. That's why it's my my favorite coin. That's why I resonate with it the most, because it fulfills everything as far as digital sound money in a digital world. Yeah, I'd rather transact with silver than anything else. However, that presents its own problems. Like, how do I buy this over there overseas? This, how do I transfer value? If it's a peer-to-peer transaction, me to you right here. But then, somebody could give me a fake silver bar. How do I test it? You know what I mean? So all the problems are solved as far as money by Litecoin. Now, if you don't have internet, okay, well, that's a problem, admittedly. However, if we don't have internet, we ain't getting gas. We're not going to the gas pump. We're not, everything's digital. We're all dependent upon a digital infrastructure. Right. So I'd rather be in a digital asset.
Yeah, that may be for a time. So we have a friend in the chat that says, why is Litecoin better than Monero? And I said, because Litecoin is cash and a check, or check and cash. Yeah. Because you can be private and public, because there are times where you need both.
You have an option. And there are some places to where, I mean, not that this is the barometer of anything, but there are exchanges, countries. I mean, there's a bounty out to crack Monero from our government. I don't know if it's the IRS or one of the agencies. They want to crack it, and there's a bounty out for it. There are exchanges that say, no, we're not going to use Monero because it's private and we need to KYC. We need to know your identity. Now, I mean, that's the beauty of me for Litecoin. It's opt in, opt out. You don't have to go private, but you can go private. It's like, hey, I'm walking around with my cash and I'm going to show everybody that I'm paying with this cash. Or you can put it in an envelope and, nobody knows how much you're paying for anything. And it's you have that option with Litecoin and MWeb, Mimblewimble, and it's voluntary. It's voluntary. So I like that. I like the fact that it's been running as long as it has and never had any issues. I like the transaction fees are cheap. I like that it's very liquid. It's on every exchange. I mean, every ATM. I mean, anywhere that Bitcoin, Ethereum is, Litecoin is there. So it's really proven itself out to be very useful, because you can get some of these coins and it's like, well, okay, now how do I get rid of them? How do I use them? Well, it's tricky. With Litecoin, it's never an issue. Every exchange has it. It's on PayPal, Venmo, I mean, Coinbase. It's on everything, anywhere that you want to like exit and enter, into the vampire casino, the current system, it's there. So it's just very liquid.
So Thorand is asking if he can transact at the Litecoin Summit with silver and Litecoin, and or with Theta or T-Fuel.
Depends on the person. Depends on
find some people there and do some peer-to-peer.
You'll find a lot of people that they'll take Litecoin. Absolutely. Most vendors will. Most merchants there will. Now, as far as the other things, it's hit and miss. It's like in life, it's like, does the mechanic take silver? Does the plumber take silver? Does he take Litecoin? It's hit and miss. But Litecoin's your best bet. Yeah, if you've got some of that available and ready to go on a wallet. I mean, every time I go to the Litecoin Summit, if I buy something, I'll pay in Litecoin. That's just what I do, because, that's what we're there for. We want to use it, build the network. So, yeah, Litecoin will be your go-to. You may be able to take other stuff.
Yeah, that would make sense. They would have.
Pour you some Crown for, some Theta. No, I'm just kidding.
I think you'd be wise.
I bring the Crown and the Digibug, and Thorand says, here, give me a place to sleep, Thorand. We'll be good.
It'll work out.
It'll work
peer to peer. That bartering system is going to be the thing as we come into the Great Recession. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. I don't know if you're doing a Spaces or not.
I don't know.
I'm probably not.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Hit and miss at this point.
We shall see.
Hit and miss.
All right.
I don't know what I have to talk about. If anybody's got something to talk about, that's cool. I'll do a Spaces, but I feel like last night I beat the dead horse too much. And I beat myself down. But hey, I still got 2 days left of the weekend, and
Maybe
No,
we
maybe.
take tonight off and do one on
I don't
Saturday.
know.
Let Benny do his on Saturday.
But see, I won't do it then on Saturday. I don't chime in on anything. This is it. Thursday and Friday. That's what it is. I had my little pin before the show last night. I put my pin on. I was wearing it. Where's it at? Here it is. So I had my little moon pin on. This is my 6-day pin sober. Well, that ended last night.
Lord.
So that's
your
my
high
game.
Lord.
Thursday and Friday nights, those are my things, and then the rest of the week I clean out.
Get off your high
Yeah, I
horse.
got a 6-day pin.
I have a great video for us to go out with. All right. See you guys.
Do it.
Take care. Westwood, tell them.
Trust yourselves. Exit the Vampire Casino.
All the things. All right. Oh no, I lost my tab.
I'm the one that they're singing about. Yeah, I'm the Stars and Stripes forever. Star Spangled Banner. You can call me Old Glory, but let's just keep it simple. Just call me Flag. Oh, say, can you see? Okay. Little flag humor. Well, you probably don't recognize me. You say, who is that, Evel Knievel? No way. Yeah, you see, you can't recognize me because
I'm in my birthday suit, yes.
I'm wearing the original 13 here. Yeah. I remember Miss Betsy sitting there going,
Well, this could be the start of something big. Whoa. Oh, Tom, don't be a pain.
yes. I was born June 14th, 1777. That makes me a Gemini. Unpredictable, crazy. Yes, I like the outdoors, and I'm the life of any party, whether it be Republican, Democrat, Independent, Socialist, anything libertarian, I'll be there. You know, I'm 204 years old. People say, Flag, how do you stay so young? Is it jogging? No. Is it tennis? No. It's waving. You know what I'm talking about? You know, we're talking about billowing, furling, and unfurling. Richard Simmons, eat your heart out. Yeah. Yeah, but it hasn't always been easy for me, though. I had a tough puberty. Yeah, war, famine, invasion. And 1861, well, I had a little skin problem that broke out into 34 stars. But now, well, little patience, and look what we got now. Look at this. Hold on here. Ha-ha! Ha-ha! All 50. Everybody's on here. Look at this. Alaska. Hawaii. Yeah, we got your Tennessee. How are you doing today? Here's Vermont. You can't get there from here. Oh, and there's California. For sure, totally. Yes, sir. Like I said before, you know, I had a tough time for a while. I've been in a lot of wars. They fired missiles and muskets at me, but you know, come the dawn's early light, I'm still there. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, I've been made into everything from designer jeans to t-shirts, and I've even been a cape for Mick Jagger. Well, all right. The Rockets Red Glare, well, all right. But people haven't always been respectful to me. Sometimes it's been tough. There have been some people try and spit on me, trample me, burn me. Foreigners and occasionally some Americans too, but I don't let it get me down because I'm not a stay-at-home kind of flag. You know, I've been to Europe. I've been to both North and South Pole. I was at Iwo Jima. Recently, I've even been to the moon. Everything. You see me in all sorts of different postures. When I'm like this, that means everything is okay. When I'm upside down, well, put on your Mae West and hit the deck. But when I'm like this, well, that's not my favorite position because Well, that's half-mast. I don't mean to bum you out. I didn't come here to depress you, but I got to tell you something honestly. I haven't been getting out much lately. I guess it's not very chic to put up the flag anymore, you know. Muffin and I have a flag, but we haven't found it for very long. Hey, but look at it this way. Don't look at it as saluting me. Look at it as saluting yourselves. You know, hey, I'm just a flag, a symbol. You're the people. If I may say so from here, long may you wave.